I think good place to start is good old fashioned debate. Top five's always been something that gets the streets kind of riled up. So there's new content out there at the moment with Link Up TV. They've got like top five. So I think the last week, I think just after us before we recorded, they did the top 5 UK street bangers.
Streets are saying that they bit Julie still.
Oh, that they bit Julie.
Yikes.
I hear you still.
With the whole top 5 thing.
Obviously, to stay in good graces in that, I would say yeah. But me being obviously Real Nigga Alliance RNA, nobody owns top 5. So even though like I've seen the tweets, I've seen people like sprinkles of like, oh yeah, Link Up TV aren't being original. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. Before all of us had air in our lungs, top 5 conversations have been going on.
Yeah.
So nobody owns that in it. So how you brand it and how you package it, I hear you, but nah, no one can't say they own a top 5 thing or. You know, it's a funny coincidence that Julie has a top 5 show and then Link Up TV got that in it. But obviously, shouts out Rashid.
You know what though? I feel like
I ain't trying to burn any bridges, bro. I need both of them on the show.
To be fair,
and I'm gonna ask both of them how they feel about this.
I feel like all of these platforms, in one way, shape, or another, have kind of like rebranded the former one's idea in some way, shape, or form. Like,
we watched the GRM doc. Posty was honest about the whole F64. They needed their own freestyle series, and they went and got a Daily Dappy. And you know me, I like alliteration. It's perfect. You can't you don't forget that Daily Dappy stands out, sticks out. You're gonna remember it. And fortunately, a lot of the freestyles on there have been they've been levels in it. So
yeah, behind bars, Daily Dappy.
Yeah, behind bars.
F64.
Yeah.
And they were all. It had all of the rappers on their A game. Like you couldn't come on there and not show and prove. That's what it was literally about, innit? Like who was shelling.
Yeah.
So if you had like a Donny that was on all 3 platforms just shelling, giving us different bars in each one, because you can't come on like all of them and give us the same bars. That would have been crazy. But yeah, top 5 UK street bangers. It caused a lot of conversation, naturally so, because you know, like everyone's gonna. Do you know what? It's a matter of like your personal preference, what was undeniable, and I guess impact. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I feel like in a lot of everyone's debates, it was more so of like, a lot of people weren't really like sticking to one lane, innit? They were trying to go into like what was a club banger, but they're moving away what was a street banger.
Donny said Home Pussy was a street banger.
I saw that.
That's
I saw that and was like,
egregious.
Jay Huss, did you see? That's not a street banger.
But see, this is the thing. This is why it's subjective, yeah, because now you got a new generation of listeners, and so their version of what is a street banger and our version of how and why, and like most of us can say exactly where we were when we first listened to something and how that track makes you feel. But then with a newer generation, like I'm hoping that
But the annoying thing about that is the people on there are of our generation and older.
Yeah.
And the person that said Home Pussy is the last person I would expect to say that is a street banger. It's like I said, it's all opinion, but still I was like, yo, that's a wild track.
I mean, I saw a couple road guys like singing at the top of their lungs when they were yak.
Because because they're just coming out of the closet. They just started. It's now comfortable for them to say that they can eat vagina, innit? So they will champion a Home Pussy. No? Are you not gonna leave me to be out on them?
It's 20.
So my soul's the only one backing me. Because if I said it, Vans looked at me like, oh, this nigga done lost his mind.
Not even, because I'm thinking about like Home Pussy and what it means, yeah. And I don't think they were talking about eating it on the hook.
But if Young Ad's got a song in this generation is not said about eating it, then I didn't listen to that song. Then.
I mean, on his verses, yes.
Yeah.
But certain man will sing the hook because it's lit, yeah. And then when it comes to the eating pussy part, they're just library.
They're still singing just like spiritual artists. You know what I mean?
When they're yacked.
Yeah. This is what I'm saying. I went to couple hood man's birthday party and I'm seeing people singing at the top of their lungs, all group man them chorus in the
veins
corner. I
popping
said,
out their neck and that.
Literally, I said, there's a lot of energy for
Choir.
this track. All right, cool.
Falsetto.
So I don't know if it's just why's your face like
this guy said falsetto. This guy said they look at me like I'm the bad one. He be hitting them with little jabs underneath, bro. Man said falsetto, you know. You sick. What's the Yardman song? Then there's probably loads of them where just
no way. Bad man.
and I'm looking around like, hey,
10 years ago,
Yeah, a lot of
safe
man was
space,
singing that with vim.
safe space. Then safe
But
space.
people
Now-
are still lying.
Even a DJ when it comes to that bit, he fades it a little bit, and even you see the DJ look above the booth, and you see the women just looking at us like,
Hit my pussy last night.
yeah. So yeah, you have to. So obviously, shouts out to DB for making it, a safe space for the man to be open about their eating antics.
Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, with that, like, and back to what you were saying, Yazzy, about like generations.
Yeah.
We're talking about like bangers that were mentioned in that program that aren't too far apart in terms of when they came out. So like, if we're talking like from 2015 till now, yeah, because there have been songs that they've named within that that time period.
Yeah.
Like The Game Is Mine, yeah, for example.
Yeah.
That year, and then you're placing that against Home Pussy. It doesn't make sense.
Okay, I see what you mean. In that
It doesn't make sense. Like, and the younger lot were still around to acknowledge those songs, innit? Like, and you're thinking about, and obviously the conversation then turned to like further back. Now we're talking about Gigs, talking the hardest,
Mixtape
undeniable.
Yeah.
So that's like under the undeniable criteria for me personally. Like,
So what's the criteria? Is it because the man are talking about pum pum that suddenly it's off the
No,
table?
no.
But there's a particular sound to a street banger which I don't think Home Pussy fits in. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, in comparison to, the other songs that we're talking about. The Game Is Mine, for example, prime example of quote unquote street banger. Talking the hardest, street banger.
You can't escape it, and it grows from the street. Like, put it this way: when radio caught wind of Talking Hardest, they were late. When radio would have caught wind of Games Man, they were late. We was pumping that, like, we was in our house watching the video in night vision.
Yeah.
If you know the actual colour of Giggs' fur jacket, you laugh, bro.
What's a more recent sound like that makes it? Because to me, all of the things that everyone's calling street bangers are all from a place of
No, but the most
nostalgia.
recent one would be like The Game Is Mine, because of what it's Vans will say undeniable. I will acknowledge that as undeniable, and also because of its impact. So, bruv, one can argue CB's had the man them dressing different out here. Like, man them were dancing different in the raves. Like, it created a wave. It created a wave. Why are you not treating me like I'm the bad guy? So get on the mic and back me properly, bro. Before I get mad. No, but that's for me. It makes undeniable.
CB's increased sales of Giuseppe's.
Yeah. Wait, are the man not popular culture?
Niggas started
I mean, even though I'm bantering.
Zanottis.
Even though I'm bantering. Yes, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
Horrible crap.
CB's influences for another thing, hopefully. But at the time,
If you own them crepes, own up, because they were horrible.
yeah, they were horrible. But at the time, that was drip.
Not my kind of drip. But
Yeah, not
I
for us.
hear it. I hear it.
For a certain man living a certain lifestyle, I want to wear their money. Yeah.
Let's talk about the other stuff that was mentioned on there. Yeah. So Ambush,
So we're
Jumpy.
saying those two are for us are undeniables. Talking Hardest in The Game Is Mine.
For
What
me,
Yazzy was asking about the more recent one, sorry to cut you. Jumpy should fall into that because that's a little more recent.
Jumpy falls into that. What another one that was quite recent was mentioned was Suspect.
Oh, FBG.
Street banger. I would have put it in my top 5.
That was a street banger.
I'd put Sneak Bow, Touch a Button in
That's
there.
undeniable, bro.
That is for me, bro, because like
From the street.
from the streets, it was undeniable, and then when it made it to the clubs, bro, like it was mad.
Yeah, facts.
Do you know what I mean? So, what else was there? Powell was mentioned. That was like a bit of a political one because the argument was from certain man that like man them in the streets weren't listening to Powell.
That's cap, bro.
But it's cap. Like
Mark just hates grime. That's what it is.
yeah, he just has no respect for grime.
Yeah. And I hear him, but still.
But Powell, bro, like even before it got signed and they had to change the video, like a lot of people can't even remember the first video. It was the most budget video.
I remember. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and they even had to remove the last verse because it was mad. It was, and I remember like 04, 05 Rampage, and bro, like Power was just chaos.
Man not getting bottled to the music, bro.
Yeah, no, lock off the dance rhythm.
Bro, and then they banned it. Like it was absolute chaos. So for that, like, I mean, and you'll still play Power today and it will ring off.
Yeah.
And that was '04. Do you know what I mean?
That
Like,
says a lot.
it says a lot. So you have to, for me personally, you have to include that in there.
And hasn't my man every few years tried to like done a new remix?
Yeah, there was a
That wasn't
recent
even
one
a
as
shot.
well.
Because man's looking at me, bro.
There was a recent one.
No, but that's but I'm saying testament to the fact that like we would even a little bit care about a remix.
So
Shows how big a song is.
when Power first came out, it wasn't called Power. It was called Forward Rhythm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying?
School
And
them
then
vans.
Forward Rhythm 2 came out, and it was like, this guy.
Yeah.
Forward Rhythm 2 came out.
He's been on fire today.
Bro, I need to marry by telling why it was me. I even do nothing.
He's been on fire today.
And I think he done a POW 2011, which didn't really.
Meaty as fuck.
It was meaty. It had like it had JME, Chip, Kano, Gets, all the guys that you would think like that they would make it a thing, but POW wasn't for that. Do you know what I'm saying?
And my issue with that was that like you're not playing it forward. So
No pun.
you're just meant to let it land still, like bro. I'm here all night. I think it was not to sidetrack, but it's like it kind of puts grime back more than like it hurts the genre more than it helps, because like if we are placing our attention on like old rhythms and trying to rehash them, and the person that it's not like a newer artist who's like 14, 15
Samples
doing
it.
a flip of that, or like you know the stuff that Hitmaker does, doing that I kind of rate, innit? Like Fecky kind of did it with Still Sitting Here. I don't mind that, but like the actual artists and stuff going to the remix, and you're getting all the heavy hitters. I'm like, amongst all of it, you can't create a new grand banger. That's how I felt, innit?
Yeah.
Not saying they hadn't at the time, but it just for me, listen, Lethal B, you do your thing, innit? I'll always love seeing him win and get money, but it's like I don't want another one. I hope we never get another Power remix.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see one. I like.
You've done it already. You're not gonna be the first one. You're not.
Yeah.
Create some new
and
content.
there's, like, do you know what? Yeah, I have a funny feeling that he's not gonna stop.
He's gonna do it again.
He's gonna come back and be like, "Oh yeah, it's the 20-year anniversary like of POW, and we're gonna do a new one with all the young," or he'll get Dexplicit to create a drill version and get all the drill artists to do a POW drill refix.
No.
I see that happening.
I can see that happening
actually
as
see that
well.
happening.
But what's mad?
But I don't want
I
it.
swear, Section they remixed Oi on a trap star.
Horrible.
What?
It was horrible.
You didn't like that,
I'd never want to hear it again.
bro? For me personally, I was like, I don't mind it.
I can't remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember
Keep
it.
it that way.
I can't remember.
I ain't gonna hold you.
Trap, you know, you've done amazing things in the community, and that isn't one of them.
No. Fair enough.
This nigga just upset about his late delivery. That's what it is. He's upset because he's from the ends and he's getting late delivery. How you from the ends and getting late trap star deliveries?
Bro, I was about when they were delivering in pizza boxes.
Yeah, he was
Bro.
really outside still. So we saying, are we all in agreement in this room? So talking the hardest, the game is mine.
Sneak bow,
Touch a button,
Forward with them.
POW. We put them as they're at least in the conversation for top 5 street bangers.
What else? I think there's one more.
I saw people saying 21 seconds, and
What? What's the criteria?
no, okay, that's we may need to break our criteria down, yeah. But I think part of the reason why I'm not mad at that shout is if you have POW in there, I can understand why you'd want to have 21 seconds in there. Because you can't deny that.
In terms of
that song come from.
Anyone can come to the dancery.
in terms of an all-star anthem,
Yeah.
POW is the continuation of all the evolving thing,
Having
of,
Bear Man on the track, and
and how huge it was.
Yeah.
Because I remember when 21 Seconds first dropped, the video dropped, and bruv, the CGI was nuts at the time. Niggas are fucking climbing fences. You got the light skinned Donny with the mad contact lenses, like. you know, the long leather jackets.
And you can't tell me they didn't have the roads on lock at that
fucking
time period.
Scat D, like.
But then, see,
hanging
I
off
feel
the-
like we're now conflating
sorry.
the politics of what they had going on with the actual track itself. Because, like, for me, when you're saying street banger, like, and all of the tracks that you lot have put forward, yeah, they're talking some crud. Whether it's catchy or whether you can pop a little pseudo wine in the dance, like they're talking, they're
Mega
talking
Man
some
Pack 2
crud.
gets easy.
They're talking some
On the number
crud.
one
So
single.
that's why
I
I'm like,
believe
why
him.
is that in the thing?
I believed.
I believe him. I still believe him.
Yeah.
So why?
Shouts out Mega.
Why is 21 seconds there? I don't know. It doesn't seem to fit in with the mix.
I mean,
When I'm hearing tunes like Pain is the Essence is getting thrown into the mix, then why is 21 seconds there?
I hear you.
Okay, I can
I
hear
hear
I can
you.
hear that. I can hear that. But the fact you
Alright,
just said
cool.
these lyrics he said, and that was the number one song with those kind of lyrics, like
Fair.
I think because obviously that era, man is champagne dance bubbling. You're not realizing man is talking about Big Macs.
Yeah.
Obviously, Pain the Essence, them man are breaking down 28 grams. We're hearing
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Then it was man in leather jackets and that vibes in, not knowing that there's something inside a leather
It
jacket.
was like, oh yeah, flinging some utes in the beginning just to soften the blow a
Yeah,
little bit.
yeah.
And then Mega Man, you start with your crud, innit?
But I like the Essence question. Maybe we should maybe outline our criteria. What's your criteria for a street banger?
Exactly it. Like people are talking a bag of crud. Like that's why I was like, I don't know if he's too new school, but like Fredo and that, like,
Oh, 100.
yeah. I didn't see that in too many people's list, and
Fuck
I didn't know
them.
why.
I don't know
No,
them.
them
They ain't
one.
one.
Hannah.
Yeah.
For the new gen, that
Fair.
shut down.
Fair.
I
It
felt
did.
old first time I heard it. So
It did.
why don't I know this song?
No, she's right because that's when I
you know
started
what, yeah?
realizing maybe I'm out of touch now because I heard that late.
I heard that.
I heard that quite
and it shut
early. Yeah,
down.
one of the YGs was like, "Yo, listen to
You need
this."
to hear this, yeah.
And then obviously we were running events at the time. Yeah, man, like we can book, man, innit? And I heard it and I was like, "Yo, it's a banger, yeah."
But I don't want that kind of energy in my rave.
Do you know what? It's actually at one of you lot's raves that I heard it at and was like, what is
So we
happening
played
here?
it, but having man actually there,
Would have locked things.
because we booked a couple artists, and it got a bit sticky in it.
Was I there for the Bassman one? That
That one,
hey, you weren't there for that, were you? Bro, that rave, and I mean like wall to wall. And I saw all the real niggas standing on the wall. They back to us. I say, yeah, I said the energy in here is on a knife edge. Right?
basically, it was one of them
Yeah.
situations. Yeah, when it's done, go home.
Yeah.
Don't stick
So
around.
let's put it this way, yeah. I think what time then that rave shut about like 3:30? Was it 3:30 them time? 3 o'clock?
3 o'clock.
I got my coat at 1:45.
Swear down.
Wow.
That's kind of late. I would have told you 2:30.
But the car, when stuff happens, you ain't got time to go and get your Montclair. You better get out safe. Everyone's listen. The man didn't know they've been there, but he kicks off in the dance. You're just outside in the cold in your t-shirt.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So
H knows. H has been there. You look at man like, what? Is that how you come out? Fam, they were fighting, bro. Like, I'm out here shivering.
yeah. What?
But as you say, so you were saying crud.
Yeah, like that's,
A certain type of conversation on the track. you need to hear it.
like from the couple list that I saw,
Yeah.
I thought it's a cruddy list. That's why there was a couple tracks I saw in people's lists. I was like, why is this here? Like this doesn't make sense to me.
I hear you for 100 because like even now, like if Fredo performs, that has to be in the set list.
bruv,
You can't escape it. innit?
You can't not include that in your set
Yeah,
list.
you can't not have that on there.
Man, put
I would hear for an argument for a top 10. I could hear FBG, sorry, Suspect.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
I think what those songs kind of had to their advantage was they're in the height of social media age.
yeah,
So even if you didn't feel it on the roads, all the fly girls are playing their Snapchat,
yeah.
Mm.
and that also kind of helps.
And I've been to raves, and that goes off.
And the women love it when that line
Yeah.
about your trainers looking retired and that. So women be singing song with bare vim. You're like, allow us, bro.
You broke boys over there.
Look,
And bruv, that's the girl's
and
favorite line. Broke
that'll be
boys.
the night that you can't afford no bottles. You're at the bar, just bare apple
You
juice.
better
and
look
that.
down at your crepes.
Yeah.
Man are doing crep check live in a dance. Crept and Conan, Don't Waste My Time. I would put that somewhere in there.
In the top 5.
Maybe not the top 5. Do you know what, man? It done a lot, bro.
Top fives are hard. I hear the argument. Maybe a top 10 for them.
They'll
10,
definitely
absolutely.
they'll definitely be in the top 10 for me. Tricky said whoa, 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 which was absurd.
Why don't we put that in the list of 21 seconds? Because I don't understand. Like, why is that there?
No, don't put that anywhere
No,
near
no,
anything.
you don't put whoa. No.
Like that's
a
they will
disrespect.
tell you that like nah.
Yeah.
I'll put Conan Last Night in LA above whoa, whoa,
Yes,
whoa.
most definitely.
Like, immediately.
Yeah.
Because that was mad.
Yeah. And if I want to get into like my mixtape bag, I'll be like, Blade and Gig Sink a Boat and that. Like, obviously that's a whole different type of energies. Like, but those songs aren't as big. But like, that's one thing I feel the whole debate kind of missed was like there was an opportunity.
No B-sides. Top 5.
There was an opportunity to kind of like shine some light on like the mixtape era prior to YouTube being big, social media being big. Like, you had to really be on certain sites and you would have to be on like Ruthless Records and buying CDs. There's certain songs that like, if they'd release now, they're going to be certified street. Imagine Pain in Essence came out now.
Do you not remember when Mike GLC used to like stick it on Utes to buy his mixtape?
Do you remember that?
Bro, you go West End and Donny is there with a couple soldiers sticking it on Donny's to buy.
You don't leave Mike alone. I see a lot on the blogs.
With his
Leave
singlet.
The singlet.
leave Mike alone, bro.
Man let you know that he was wedge.
Leave Mike alone. Mike's been wedged for a long time. Leave Mike alone.
Especially
Yeah.
the recent what's it called?
What, behind
bars of the singlet recently for
That's
Link
a
Up.
signature, innit?
No,
Like,
that's branding now. You got to be on
yeah.
there in a vest.
Yeah, bruv. Don't try and
Bro,
wear a
Young Spray
t-shirt
come
now.
out. Young Spray come out just topless. That's the vibe, bro. Old school gangster thing.
You can't try and wear a t-shirt now.
Fair enough.
Don't try and increase the fabric. Like, what? Been wearing a singlet for all this time.
Leave Mike GLC alone, bro. Leave it alone. Leave Mike alone, bro.
Oh,
Mike is, you know, what's that video, man? I'm just getting better. Mike's just getting wedger. Bruv, leave him alone, bruv. But yeah, that's that era of like man outside selling their CDs. It was a different type of energy. So I feel like that's what they missed a little bit with the conversation in regards to the bangers. Are like, and that's maybe I was disappointed because I saw Tricky and Marks. And I just immediately assumed, okay, cool, they're gonna give me that, innit?
Yeah, like that's what I expected. But do you know what?
Did
Yeah,
any of their brethren, did any of Jay Spade's songs get into the mix?
Nah, because he had a run. But I don't think it did enough to be in that conversation.
What would be his standout song? What would have been?
For me,
It'd be Mashtown
know.
Warriors. Is it? That's a collect song. It's not his song. Warriors is a Mashtown song. Isn't it?
yeah. But then he had Wavy, which
Wavy. I like Wavy.
was hard, but I'm not sure if that.
Really did as much. as it needed to do. You know what? Abracadabra, yeah.
Robbery.
Robbery. And the one with
Robbery is hard.
with Kojo.
I like that because you know it's funny. The ones you start mentioning, they start entering Yazzy's bracket of like the new school stuff, innit?
Yeah.
And when you really check it, that for me, even though people say it might be early, I wouldn't imagine someone start saying stuff like Robbie's going to be undeniable because look what it's done in terms of like it was initially a freestyle on Black Box. It gave Abra a career. It helped Krypton Conan and they helped obviously in the moment as well.
Yes.
But it helps them too. He's now here obviously got signed whatever that didn't work out and now he's back again. But we might not get Abra get right now if Robbie never happened.
Yeah.
And it had the roads on lock.
Yeah, and the thing is that like the difference is with how things are now to how it was then. Man are doing crud in it, but it's just staying in a certain place. Man are doing crud now, and it's going to the masses. Robbery is like songs like that are charting. They're able to do shows, whereas like Talking Hard, bruv, gigs like Donny couldn't do shows.
They were shutting him down. Yeah, they were
Shutting him down, bruv. Like so, that's the advantage that they have because it has the opportunity to be bigger. Do you know what I mean?
And
like,
it should be, it should be.
And someone raised the point the other day, like about pain is the essence.
Yeah, go on.
I mean, to a lot of people, undeniable, but a lot of people caught onto it late. So it was like it had to get into a certain era for it to do what it did, rather than how, let's say, Touch a Button did when it first landed. It was just off the gate. It just went off. Maybe because like he had the vibes, Cartel.
More of a wave to it.
That song was that beat is already a banger.
Yeah, it's already a banger, innit? It's
And
just
to his credit,
he gave it that London.
He gave it the flavour,
London flavour in it, and it just, and he had quotables. So it had the man them singing, it had the girls, like that's a thing. Like when you know it's a banger, yeah, it's when you have both man and woman singing it off,
Full vim.
knowing the lyrics. Because you know sometimes girls don't really know the lyrics in that, so you know what I mean.
Still
you
sing
the
with
lyrics.
chest.
You gotta rate them though. They'll still snap. They don't even know the lyrics, but
We'll sing their ad libs with.
But the
Vim.
one thing about
like-
niggas don't
Make
care
up
is
our
their
own
breast
song.
in the video or not.
Look
Are
at
you
you.
looking buff or not? That's what man didn't care about.
RNA.
RNA, come on.
Because what may be a street banger to me may not be a street banger to someone else.
So can we formulate I think five, can we formulate a 10? I think we've got enough here to formulate a 10. So let's pick some ones that I feel like I hope we all agree on. So
We've already like
Done fine.
done. Was it 5 or 4?
it was Talking the Hardest.
It's more than 5 now, no?
So it was Talking Hardest, Undeniable.
Mm-hmm.
Game is Mine, Undeniable. What was the third one? Was there a third one that was Undeniable? Pow
Pow,
Pow.
and Touch a Button.
and Touch a Button. We didn't give a fifth because he's like 21 seconds kind of. He has the feeling that what it is. So
So what are we saying about Robbery then?
that for me can make it in the top 10.
I feel like towards the latter part.
Towards the latter part.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You know what it is? I'd say it'd have to be Fredo, 100.
100. Okay. No?
H,
Do you know what?
don't
yeah?
set me off.
You see that, yeah. 100, yeah. That's a song that I can acknowledge doing what it did, yeah. But it's
Not
not
your go-to.
It's not my go-to.
Yeah, that's
I wouldn't really listen.
I hear you, but I feel like
I'll get to the first verse and that will be it.
I feel like you can't leave it alone.
Thing, though?
I'll be like DJ.
Is that a generational thing?
Again, no, because I'll listen to the entire Robbery.
Though? Fair play.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I'll
Fair
listen
play.
to certain things like throughout the whole track in its entirety.
I'm with Vance to a degree, but I do feel like, even though you feel like that, yeah, this one it's in there. It's definitely in there.
Because I'd have put forward WAPs. 6, 7. Dimsy.
Section Boys, Lock Off. What we saying?
I was on the fence. About that. But I feel like they could contend, but it depends on who they're contending with.
That one for me.
Do you know why those ones get in?
The
Because
bits. Nah.
no, but do you know why I think those ones get in because of like maybe they're not undeniable because even everyone's going.
Yeah, nah. I'm
But
not saying that it's
impact and
undeniable.
what they did and what
I'm
they
not saying
and
it's
what,
undeniable.
and what they birth and the fact we have stuff now because people. I hope we get into a little bit about Section Boys, what they're going through and what's happening
yeah.
with them. If certain things from certain people didn't happen, so like 6-7's movement, like Section's movement, like even 5150, like if that doesn't happen, we don't have a drill scene. So there's certain things I feel like they marked the moment in time for those guys, and at the time, what was their mixtape that come out that locked off roads at the time period?
Who?
Section's mixtape.
Where it had what's the song, man?
That Eye for Eye on there, and I really was taken into my man Swift. He was the drill guy for me at the time.
Yeah.
Period. Different flows, different.
What was
voice.
that song where they were
Pull up on
in the studio? The video where they're in the studio.
Chapping Ain't Dead or something like that.
Yeah.
Trapping Ain't Dead.
Yeah.
Okay, next still we were where we were at
That was a
Wireless.
rhythm.
Yeah.
And and Kryptocona bought them at Pepsi Max.
That was a rhythm.
No, like, bro, we almost died in there, bro.
Yeah, but for the most part, Don't Waste My Time did that.
Yeah, but when they come out and did their thing,
We really almost
It's
died,
a different
bruv.
flavour.
yeah,
Don't Waste My Time like did a madness, bro.
it did.
It did a madness.
Trying to think, what else is there? I like the curveball as you threw in there because that for me is a good shot still. It's a good shot. Waps, yeah. Pregnant pause. I like this.
Bro, like
I have to go and
we
draw
were
from my
talking about
playlist.
collectively, innit? So
Yeah.
I'm waiting on like everyone else to come and chime
Man's
in.
like, nigga, help me.
Chime in, my
Oh, what's that
G's.
youngin' tune? Is it Ain't on Nothing or?
Yeah, nah.
That's nah.
But
You see,
It
you're
don't make
showing
the
that you're
top 10.
22 right now.
No.
It don't make the
but
top 10.
No, but see that's the way I view the Section Boy song. I don't really see them as like street bangers. I kind of see them as mids, like the okay.
Ain't on Nothing. Was it a street banger?
No.
Because I remember Youngin was very disgruntled after that because he wanted to be on every festival lineup.
No, because he saw what like certain types of songs did and where they went to, but sometimes people just don't maybe want that from you. That's not a diss. I'm just saying like he like and he went and did like he treated like it was. This is my perspective. He treated like it was a certified banger. When it got a mad remix, got Bear Man on. Do you remember when he got like Bear Man on the song, shooting videos? And when I respect the work rate, with what he was doing, but I didn't get that energy from that song.
It did a bit. I think what he tried.
No, it did decent for him at the time.
Yeah.
It pushed him into another space, innit? So the song did something for him, innit?
I mean, I think Sneakbo really took that though.
Yeah.
At the scruff of the neck.
Yeah.
For me, do you know what I mean? Like, ain't no nothing.
Yeah.
So do you know what? There's a lot of like other songs that can kind of, you know, try to reach the top, but you can't all sit at the top of Mount Everest. Like, it's just not gonna work.
Yeah. Do we have any like personal faves which like, you know, people may not like gravitate towards, but you've got yours? And like I said, like Gigs in Blaze, Sink a Boat. Have you got like any of yours from that mixtape era or even more recent where you're like, it's a Percy for you?
K-Trap, David Blaine.
Okay, K-Trap, David Blaine.
That's a solid one.
But why even put Blade Brown like Bags and Boxes intro?
I was kind of wondering again why I didn't really see
Good
him on
shout.
too many people's
Good
lists.
shout. That's a big shout still. Yeah.
That one, bro. Like, for an intro,
Yeah.
it's getting a lot of shit out of it.
Yeah. I've got something from back in the day. I think it's on Reading the Most Volume 2 from Young Spray. I think it might be the third song. I can't play, it's too cruddy. Like, it's mad, bro. It's just a mad era.
That was early kind.
Is it a banger?
Oh yeah, it is. Bro, you know that song that have like the gunshots in them, like they're not added by the engineer.
Right. Man was just banging it off in the studio.
Allegedly.
Yeah, record that. Yeah, keep that.
10 Man and Gigs, Ice Cream Man. And Gigs like, I'm showing F words, I don't battle rap.
Skepta in there.
Well, look out.
That was hard for me.
Fair, I hear you. That was like uni times for us. That was like gassing the uni boys in the raves and like everybody thought it was gangster for like 3.5 minutes. Well, look, 6-7 lurking.
I was even gonna say Skeng Man though for 6-7.
Yeah, there's quite a few for 6-7. So that's fair. Well, you mean less lurk. So, yeah.
The only gigs.
Yeah. You know
Didn't that get flipped though?
What, Dapper?
Yeah. Kind of invalidated it.
No, he didn't invalidate it. He ate off it.
Kind of.
He didn't.
It made people forget.
People that didn't know the Let's Lurk.
They'll hear that beat and be like, yeah, the thing goes skrrrra.
Literally, that's the problem.
But you know what it is? Do you know what it is with those things?
That's a street banger for the Neeks.
Pay your producer. Pay your producers.
I hear that.
That's what it is. That's the only problem with a lot of drill beats. So, what's the Heady One song? And it's Pop Smoke had it on his album.
Oh, Heady One, know better.
Yeah, so stuff like no. Yeah.
Did Fecky make the cut on anyone's list? That's what I'm saying. Did no one mention Fecky?
Fecky for what song?
though?
Boom, bang.
Oh, yeah.
Literally.
But you know what it is?
Where there was every what's this?
Yeah,
like
nah.
2000.
Yeah. I hear you.
I hear you. See that stuff, yeah. And this is not a slight on him. But I think we were saying it before we start recording. When certain songs get to a peak, yeah, they enter like a corny element where like people that I don't feel should, people that I shouldn't be. Me and you shouldn't have the same musical taste. You bring that to me as like, oh, you heard this banger.
Listen,
like, brother, like, man, move, man.
I went to a Fecky show, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was in the VIP, innit?
Come on,
As you
Vibe.
do.
It wasn't safe in the VIP. Bruv, like, imagine, yeah. Obviously, this is like at the height of Fecky, yeah. So, he's doing a headline show. I think it was his birthday or whatnot, yeah. You've got a sea of white people like in the main bit, yeah. They're doing everything, moshing, whatever. You go upstairs to the VIP section and it was bare tense.
Hella champagne and boot cuts.
Mad tension, bro. And I'm like, rah, isn't everyone here supposed to be like Fecky's people? Like, what's going on?
But you know how the ends be, bro.
Yeah, it was mad. Yeah. It was mad still. But yeah, that did have
it had its moment.
It had a moment.
Yeah. And it did have the roads on
he done a Ring Ring Trap remix with
that for me, I would have that above that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ring
Femfel.
Trap Ring. Yes.
You had C-Biz ripping notes in the video.
Yeah, I remember that.
wasting money like this.
Is it your money? Yeah, that was a cold moment. I like this. We start reminiscing and more stuff starts coming out.
Yeah.
See, this is why I need the Yazzy. Yeah, come on.
Nah, a lot of the lists weren't making sense on social media, but I dip in and out because I didn't actually know what anyone was talking about. So I'm not gonna lie to you. If you didn't tell me it was Link Up, I was like, okay, yeah, I just thought it's the nostalgia.
Oh, so you just thought it was
I didn't know what no one was talking about.
She thought we were just talking online.
I was like, all right, yeah.
She didn't even watch it. She didn't even know what happened. Just like,
I didn't know what was happening.
Someone just mentioned it and it went viral. It could have been
Literally, I
one
was
of
like,
those
okay, yeah. I don't
listen,
know what
everyone's got
this is.
opinions. I love it because everyone just stuff comes out. But yeah, Home Pussy and Whoa Whoa Whoa, wild shouts to me, innit? Wild shouts, but tricky.
That's all tricky, right?
Fam, like, and he was proper standing by his point. He was
But he
loving
could have
it.
put some of his own stuff in there, bruv.
Yeah.
Wrong and strong, you know.
Bro, because Marks is Westwood freestyle when he's in the trainer spotter. Bro.
Crazy.
All right, so yeah, like you were saying, back then there was a lot of freestyles that could, be placed in certain conversations, but I think the banger element to this whole argument, it has to ring off in the club as well. Do you know what I mean? Because like a lot of these freestyles are like personal to us.
Yeah.
Like I was saying last night in LA, Conan, it was hard, but I'm not trying to recite that in a club.
No, but if you're waving enough, you would do.
Coast, bruv, I'm running out of breath by now, bruv. I'm just trying to drink and, you know what I mean? Like,
I said biscuits, Toblerone. I was like, yeah.
District, loads of hoes, and I'm like, bruv, like, I ain't got the energy.
Was this pre the colorism thing with the girls at District? Or was this after? I said District, loads of hoes.
What kind of hoes you talking about?
I said, bust it, dear.
Oh, mate. Yeah, nah. Do you know what? It's great having these conversations because like there's loads of bangers, and I'm proud to say that it's from here, innit?
And it shows how far you've come as well.
And it does
Very
show how
much
far.
so.
And like, the fact we can have new kids doing their thing, which is kind of my point about the whole grime thing with Man doing Power Remix. But look at all these songs. Man are creating new content.
Yeah.
That we could even go, you know what, bro, that can get in the top 10, and those songs have been out a couple of years, and they're going up against songs that have been out for 10 plus years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
and it's not gonna stop because even like, bro, Digga D, that song is that ain't left me, bro. You know.
Yeah.
So we got some.